On this episode of Canadian Auto, we are finally removing our factory stock crappy air intake and replacing it with this nice shiny big cone. Alright, so we have our table set up with all our parts from the new air intake. Obviously we have the cone. This part right here goes into the air inlet. This nubby nub uses this rubber hose. You have obviously all your connectors. Connectors will be for that, and other things along the way. You have a relocation bracket. This piece goes into there, and then all the necessary hose clamps. So, obviously, here's your engine. Here's the tools you'll need for the job. A 10mm ratchet. Yes, 10mm. Have fun trying to find that in your toolbox. So, with this particular Mazda Protege 5, this big thing right here is the air intake, which goes into the air filter box. Mass airflow sensor. Tube goes all the way back into the engine. So, first, we're going to be simple. Bolt 1 bolt, 2 bolt, down there, 3 bolt, 1 screw, 4 bolt, and 2 screws. And that's pretty much all holding it in. So, we'll put the camera on the tripod. So we have one angle, and then I also have the GoPro to show you a first-person view. So we'll get the camera set up and we'll be right back. Alright, so now we will start unbolting. So 1, 2. Now, yes, I do probably look stupid. This is how I look using the first-person camera, using my phone as a monitor for the GoPro. Put that bolt there. Let's tilt the cameras down just a bit. There we go. So we got this one here. Now let's do this one down here. This is why it's good to always have an extension on. Ooh, that hurt. But we got it. So this particular bolt you want to make sure you keep because you'll need it. Actually, I don't know for sure, but pretty sure you're going to need it. Let's just take that off. Grab it. Look at that, long bolt. Put that over there. So now, this guy can pretty much come right off. We can open up our air filter box. Just pop that off. Oh, and you can see, look at that huge hole. That's the reason why we are changing it. You can see right in there. Show you better on the other camera here. That big hole right in there. Stick like my whole hand in it. Alright, so put you back up here. Hope you're enjoying the view up here. Alright. So we'll need to disconnect this guy right here, which is just a matter of pulling it out, just like that. Mass airflow sensor, pulling it out. There we go, just like that. So just pull down, push down on the little tab right here. That's all you need. Just put that off to the side for now. And while we're at it, we don't need this air filter anymore, but you can clearly see it is packed with dirt and grime and everything yucky. In fact, there, you can see all the dust coming off there. So this we don't need anymore. Toss that off to the side. And look, just like that, just lift right up. Boom, done. You know, this right here, you can tell, taking off out a lot of airflow. So guess what? Whoosh. Whoops. Don't need that anymore. So look, we already freed up all this lovely space here. Right, so here's your air box. Oh look, another bolt right down in here. Where's our ratchet? There it is. So reach down in here. Loosen this guy off too. Look at this. That's like 1,000 RPM revolutions per minute right there, boys. Oh, don't lose this because, like I said, you might need it. You never know. Put it back with our other ones on the table. Can we pull this guy out yet? No, because look, another one. See, this is the thing. You never know until you start taking things off that you're missing one. Missing one, missing two, just like when you're taking an engine apart. You never realize the strength of that one last wire until you can't get your engine out. And it popped off. Great. But now we can figure out why it's not coming out. Probably because there's one more bolt underneath. Oh, maybe because, yep. So look. Another one off to the side. Take that off. Whoa, boy, look at that. So, obviously don't need this either. Off to the side. Now, obviously you can tell we still have a lot of room, but just hold on just yet. If you move over here to the battery, if you read the instructions, or go back to our last video, it said remove the negative battery terminal, just like that. Set it aside for a few minutes to reset your ECU so it will learn your new air intake system. So now that's done. We got half of it off. Oh, looks pretty clean. May as well just, look at this, rip right off. But don't throw it off to the side because we need this piece right here. So to do so, just get your 10 mil, trusty 10 mil that we've been using for every single bolt. Can this hose come off yet? No. So you pretty much need to take it right off. Alright. Okay. Boom. Done. Off to the side. So 2 bolts right here. Take that off. Alright. Hold on. So now it's just a matter of this little piece right here. Oh, here's that bolt. Whew. Perfect. Take a look at our motor mount. That needs replacing. Anyway, so right now I'm just going to start the car up. That to the side. Start the car up. Show you about how it will sound like just the air filter. Obviously, I don't recommend doing this because you're missing pieces, but for sake of the video, we will do it. Turn the key. Just reattach that. Perfect. Alright, that's just for demonstration purposes only. Obviously, I don't recommend driving your car around like that. So now, almost done. At least the removal. So take your mass airflow sensor. Oh, once again, 10 mil. Oh my goodness. They are on here tight. Make sure you're careful with what you're putting it on. And just loosen her up. That's one. the other. So carefully pull that out. Wow. So yeah, don't lose this because we will need it to be put back on, which we are going to put right off to the side right there. So this, done, don't need that. Now we just got this little piece left here. Look, 10 mil again. Oh, actually maybe we don't even need to, look at that. So this just pops right off here. This is your breather tube, which we will be removing as well. Oh, hope that wasn't important. Pull that out, don't need that. So now just get your last one right here. Pull this guy off. There we go. And wow, look at that throttle body. Beautiful. So now that concludes our part of taking off the factory air cooler system or air intake. So now it's time to put your aftermarket intake back in. Obviously there's going to be stuff in the way, right? Whereas this pipe is too big, this is what the rubber piece is for. Put it on your part here, place it on your air throttle body. Oh no, we got stuff in the way already. So what we're going to do, obviously we have, take that off. Obviously we have all the hose clamps to be putting on, but first we're going to be doing a loose test fit, make sure everything's on properly, make sure it all works good. Not sure if you can see me. And then afterwards we tighten it all up. And my microphone's been on backwards this whole time, so it's probably going to sound a little muffled. There we go. Alright, so there's that. Now we got our mass airflow sensor on. It went this way. Obviously, like I said, you can't just put it on. So one end goes here. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Eventually.
And this one will go into that one. Just like that. Then this is where we put these aside. This is your mass airflow. Gets plugged right back into there. And of course, make sure you unplug your negative so your ECU can reset. This gets plugged into there, just like that. Kind of look like that. And now, almost done. You gotta get the cone, breather tube. So, breather tube will be last. The cone on for right now. Kind of just slide it over, just like that. How's it looking on the camera? Alright, so this is mostly going to be first person. Obviously, our breather tube doesn't need to be this long. We can always cut it. But for right now, we're just going to stick it on there. And now is going to be the moment of truth. We will plug it back, turn the car back on, give it a couple revs, see how it sounds. Steady. Alright, so now that we know everything works, it's good in place. Now it's just a matter of time. Now it's just a matter of kind of adapting everything to fit properly, because obviously, as cool as that might look, it doesn't fit properly. So, yeah, so now we need to figure out how it's all going to fit together. Right, so now I still have no idea how I'm going to mount this bracket here. It's always about improvising. I'll go on there. Just a little more bending. Yes, I know we're not being precise. Kind of just taking it as it goes. And hey, that's okay. Now I is tinking. But I think I'm just going to bend it out of the way for the time being. Now, because I want my air filter to basically be right where that is, got two options. We can cut it or we can bend it out of the way. And right now I kind of want to cut it and just not have to deal with it again. Because as far as I know, this is going to be permanent. So it comes off just like that, and oh boy, definitely it could use some cleaning. So come with us. Stop recording on there. Alright, so now just to clean up the part a little bit, let's just give it a shot. Ooh, some professional non-paintable rubberized undercoating. Give it, you know, good shakes. Make sure sprays, we're out of the wind. I'm not painting this where the reservoir goes on. Quick shot in here. Perfect.
Do that. Do that. Put your reservoir tank back on. Boom, out of the way.
There we go. Definitely no Chris fix yet, but just you wait. I'll be there soon.
Whew, definitely electric drill. Would be nice right now. So that's gonna be the tough one to put that one on. Get this broken plastic out of here. Slide you back on.
Because obviously it's a little long. So I want it about that length. Just trim little bits off at a time. That's already better. That should be good like that. Out of the way. Looks good. Solid, won't move. Close that up. Let's just tighten that bracket down. Not gonna move. Not gonna move. Well, it's gonna jiggle, but you know what? It's really good. Happy with the way it turned out here. So let's just clean up our engine bay. Make sure everything's out of the way. I'm gonna do two sound clips, one with the air filter with the hood open, and we'll close the hood and hear how it sounds. Alrighty everybody, so now finally have our cold air intake finally installed. Saw the unboxing video, now you saw the installation video. Takes just under an hour if you're fast. Obviously, you know, you got to think about stuff we didn't think of, like cutting that bracket. Just odds and ends here and there. Everything's